Hello and welcome back students to the new session. I am Shruti Banerjee, biology teacher from Holy Hearts Educational Academy, Civil Lines, Raipur. In our previous video, we have discussed about human nutrition, right? And we also saw that human beings belong to which category of nutrition. We studied Holozoic mode of nutrition and we started with the human digestive system, right? So without wasting much time, let's get into the next session, that is continuation of human digestive system. Okay? Human digestive system. In our previous lecture, we studied about the oral cavity, that is the mouth, the function of buccal cavity, tongue, and salivary gland. It releases salivary amylase for breaking down the complex food. We studied about the peristalsis movement, which helps the food to pass through the esophagus. And we studied about the stomach. From esophagus, it enters the stomach where the esophageal sphincters prevent the backflow of the food from the stomach, and stomach releases for partial digestion of the food gastric juices, which contains a highly concentrated hydrochloric acid and pepsin enzyme, which helps in breaking down the proteins. Now the food moves from stomach to the next stage, that is the opening of small intestine. This opening of small intestine is known as duodenum. Okay, small intestine is divided into three different sections, like the opening is known as duodenum, the middle section is known as jejunum, and the ending section where it joins with the next organ, that is the large intestine, it is known as ileum, right? So even if you don't remember the complete names, just remember that small intestine opening is known as duodenum. Why duodenum is important? Because it is the region where the juices coming from liver, okay, assisted by the gallbladder and pancreas, release its important enzymes and juices. So let's get into the liver, gallbladder and pancreas section. Okay. Now see here in this structure, you will see that this is the liver, okay, and with liver there is another structure which is stuck to it like a climber, okay, small globular bulbous structure, that is the gallbladder. And you can see that vein like these are channels coming from liver, okay, there is a channel which is meeting again with the common channel of the liver. So here the juices are coming from the liver and here the juices are coming from gallbladder, and they are meeting and finally releasing into the duodenum of the small intestine. Similarly, if this is the stomach, behind it or just below it is present another structure, that is pancreas. Pancreas also has a tube or a channel from which the juices from it will go and meet again in the duodenum. So stomach opens into the duodenum, liver opens into the duodenum, and pancreas is also releasing some of its juices into the duodenum of small intestine. Okay. So what is this liver? See, liver basic function, there are many different functions of the liver. In digestion, if we are talking, liver secretes a special type of juice which is known as bile juice, right? Now this bile juice is basic in nature, okay, alkaline in nature. Stomach, the gastric juices were acidic in nature because of hydrochloric acid. So when the liver starts releasing bile juice, the medium of the food turns from acidic to basic, that is to alkaline. Now what is the function of this bile juice? The main function of bile juice is emulsification of fat. What is emulsification of fat? It is breaking down of complex fat molecules, heavy chained fat molecules, into simpler absorbable form of fats. Okay, so it is not digesting it, it is breaking down the heavy chained or complex fat molecules into absorbable small fat molecules. Okay, this is the main function. Bile juice makes the medium basic, which was coming from the stomach, because acidic medium food will burn down the other organs like small intestine and large intestines. Okay, so to make the food basic, the bile juice makes the medium basic or alkaline in nature. Also, bile juice contains salts which helps in emulsification, that is breaking of the fat. right? So you can ask, what is the role of gallbladder? Gallbladder is like an assistant to the liver. It again helps in concentrating. It is not secreting anything different from the liver. It just concentrates the bile juice, okay, highly concentrated bile juice, yellowish liquid, together with the liver. Okay, it is like an assistant of the liver. Both liver and gallbladder secretes bile juice. Okay, so here the bile juice secretion has come and opened into the duodenum of the small intestine. What is the role of pancreas then? Pancreas role is to release very, very important enzymes, and these enzymes are capable of breaking down the protein molecules. Okay, the two major enzymes, already also there are many enzymes, but two major enzymes that you need to remember is trypsin and lipase. Now what is trypsin? I told you in the previous video only. Whenever there is an enzyme word ending with sin, it means it will break down protein. Remember, in the stomach it was pepsin. Okay, so pepsin function was to break down protein. Similarly, trypsin, sin, trypsin's function will be to again break down complex protein into simpler protein. Another enzyme which is present inside the pancreatic juice is the lipase. So thus emulsified, broken down small fat molecules will further be broken down by the action of enzyme known as lipase. So what is the function of lipase? Lipase breaks down fat molecules. But you have to remember that for the pancreatic juice to function, it requires a basic medium. So if there is no bile juice, there is no alkaline medium, pancreatic juice will not be able to work efficiently, because again trypsin will not get activated. Okay, so this liver, gallbladder and pancreas together help in releasing. Liver will release bile juice, gallbladder will also release yellowish concentrated bile juice, and pancreas will release pancreatic juice, which contains the important enzyme trypsin and lipase for breaking down of protein and fat molecules. Okay, so all these secretions come, food coming from the stomach, secretions of bile juice coming from liver and secretion coming from pancreas, have now opened into the small intestine duodenum. So move on to the next organ, that is the small intestine. Now if you see the structure of small intestine, you will understand that there are so many tubular structures which are coiled, highly coiled, right? And also you should remember that small intestine is the largest part or the largest organ of the alimentary canal. What is alimentary canal? Human digestive system. So small intestine is the largest organ of human digestive system, and this is the site where the complete digestion takes place. Up till now, in the mouth, inside the stomach, the food was partially digested, it was not completely broken down. But since now the food has entered the small intestine, and together with it has all the bile juice and the pancreatic juices, now the process of complete digestion will take place. Small intestine itself is not releasing any specific enzyme. It is utilizing all the enzymes given by the pancreatic juice and the bile which has been given by the liver, and together with it, it will start breaking down all the complex food into small absorbable forms. So this is the area where now we enter the third stage, that is the absorption. So now you can ask, how is the absorption possible in small intestine? See, if you break down, cut a thin section from the small intestine, you will see inside its tube there are so many folded structures. These folded finger-like projected structures are actually known as intestinal villi. Okay, very, very important question. It comes that to how does small intestine helps in the absorption stage, why it is such an important organ where the maximum absorption or the complete digestion of food takes place. So the answer is because of the small intestine is filled with intestinal villi, finger-like projections. Now these finger-like projections increase the surface area, so the maximum absorption of the materials takes place. Second important factor the small intestine, these villi have, is that the membranes. See, these membranes are very very thin, and just below the membrane are present the blood capillaries. So just as soon as the molecules have broken down to the absorbable form, it will directly get transferred to the blood, that is the transport system, and all these materials will be carried by the blood to the different organs. So absorption becomes easier in small intestine. Okay, this factor was not present in the stomach. This factor is available only in small intestine, where the villi increases the surface area of the food, and since the membrane of the villi is very thin, it transfers the absorbable food directly into the blood capillaries, and the absorbed foods goes to the specific organs for its next stage, that is assimilation. Okay, so now moving from small intestine, the food will now enter the large intestine. Okay, large intestine. See here, the large intestine, if you see the organs, it is not basically having very much function of breaking down the molecules, but the main function of large intestine is absorption. Again, it takes the absorption to another level. It does not absorb proteins or carbohydrates, rather it absorbs the water from the undigested food. Small intestine has done its work of absorbing all the carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, minerals. So after small intestine, large intestine will have the undigested food, which was not of any, which is now of no use for the human beings. So from those food materials, this large intestine will start absorbing water. So the function of large intestine is to absorb water. Appendix, you must have heard about it. This is a vestigial organ, does not take part in digestion, but it is present associated with the large intestine. Okay, so the food travels throughout the large intestine and absorbs the water, and the undigested fibers and the undigested food products enters rectum. This is again a part of the last part of the large intestine, and from rectum it enters the anal canal and finally anus, and removed out of the body. Clear? So let's have a quick recap. In human digestion, we studied today the role of liver, gallbladder and pancreas. Liver and gallbladder release concentrated bile juice, which makes the food alkaline in nature and helps in emulsification of fat. Pancreas releases pancreatic juice, which again helps in breaking down proteins and fats, right? We studied the function of small and large intestine. Small intestine has finger-like projections known as intestinal villi, which is again a thin membrane structure which absorbs all the nutrients and passes down to the blood capillaries. Whereas large intestines has the undigested food from which it absorbs maximum water to its capacity and passes down it to the rectum and finally out of the human body. Okay, so remember to pause the video, go through the important functions of each and every organ. We have now concluded the human digestive system. Okay, so see you in the next class. Thank you for your patient listening. Stay safe.